Have you ever heard another jet while you're flying? I don't mean on the radio. I mean physically hear it, like it's right next to your head, because I did, once. When I turned to look, I was staring straight up the tailpipes of McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II, and I never saw it coming. That's as close to a midair as I ever want to get. This happened out in the Edwards Air Force Flight Test Center, our 2508 complex. And if you ever flown out there, it's a different world. Big sky, high-speed airplanes, and one simple rule: see and avoid. That's it. No tight ATC separation like you have in the system. You're out there in a block of airspace, and everybody's responsible for not hitting everybody else. That sounds reasonable until you start talking about jet speeds. And the pilots would discuss what our next most likely accident would be out there in the complex, and everybody agreed it was going to be a midair, because this see and avoid, where we're in just a huge block of airspace, test missions, training flights, all that, it was a disaster waiting to happen. Now, there's a test mission going on that day, like any day. A tanker working with the General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon. This was back in the early part of the program, back in the late 70s. And they were doing refueling tests, and they had multiple chase aircraft in the area. And I've chased numerous refueling tests with that and other aircraft. Now, here's how it works. The tanker's got plenty of gas. It can stay up there all day. But the chase aircraft, like the T-38, have to go back, of course, and get fuel on the ground. We don't have in-flight refueling. So, being a T-38, they're constantly running low on fuel. So we cycle them in and out. One comes off, another slides in. It's a moving puzzle in 3 dimensions at high speed. Sometimes we use F-4 as a chase aircraft also. Sometimes they can be an area chase where they're separated, or a photo chase. So they're not always right there with all the other aircraft, and that was my problem. Now, I'm not part of this test. I'm just transiting the area, cutting across at about a 90-degree angle, heading up north to pick up another chase assignment. So I do what we're all trained to do. I look. I build a picture. I see the tanker. I see the F-16. I see the chase aircraft. I think I see all the chase aircraft. Everything looks normal. Everything looks accounted for. So I make what I think is a safe pass, well underneath the group. And then I hear it. Not faint, not distant. It was a roar, like standing next to a jet engine on the ramp. Now that should get your attention immediately, because in flight, you don't hear other airplanes like that. Helmet on, cockpit noise, airflow, that sound doesn't belong. So the second I heard it, I knew something was wrong. I snapped my head to the right, nothing. Then I look left, and there he is, a McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II. So close, I'm looking straight up the tailpipes. Same altitude, same piece of sky. He didn't see me, and I didn't see him. We missed each other by nothing, and at those speeds, nothing is everything. Closure rates are high. You don't get a second chance. And it was a miracle that we missed. There's no warnings, no system, no backup, just 2 airplanes relying on see and avoid. Here's what I found out afterwards. The F-4 wasn't with the group I saw. They had another chase aircraft in reserve, cycling in as the others came out for fuel. He was offset from the formation, lower, not where I expected him to be, and that's the key. Because in high-speed flying, you're not just looking, you're predicting. You're building a mental model of where traffic should be, and when that model is wrong, you don't see what you're not expecting to see. This is the part people don't like to talk about. See and avoid sounds good on paper, but at jet speeds, it's barely adequate. You got tiny visual targets, enormous closure rates, human reaction time limits, and expectation bias working against you. And sometimes the only thing that keeps you from hitting another airplane is luck. And you guys hear about open field myopia? Something like that. I'm not medical, so I don't get those things always right. But that moment stuck with me, because I realized something I never forgot. If the only thing that's keeping you safe is your eyeballs, you're already behind the airplane. Today we got TCAS, better coordination, more structure, but back then, it was just us and the sky. And that McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom taught me a lesson that didn't come from a checklist or a textbook. Sometimes you don't need to see the danger to know how close you came. Sometimes all it takes is hearing them first. Hey, thanks for watching Aviation Adventures with Captain Ron.